Good evening. My name is Jill Scott, a student here at the University of Texas Arlington College of Nursing. This book review is in partial fulfillment for the requirements of Nursing 5343, Leadership in Complex Healthcare Systems, Candida Constantine instructor. The book that I chose to review is called Great by Choice: Uncertainty, Chaos, and Luck, Why Some Thrive Despite Them All, by Jim Collins and Morten Hansen. About the authors. Jim Collins holds a BS in Mathematical Science and an MBA from Stanford. He holds multiple honorary doctoral degrees from different business colleges, has authored or co-authored 6 different books, selling more than 10 million copies worldwide. Morten Hansen is a management professor at the University of California, Berkeley. He has a PhD. He's a former professor at the Harvard School of Business and a winner of Administrative Science Quarterly Award for contributions to the field of organization studies. The purpose of this book, Great by Choice, is to use a study that was done comparing 10 sets of companies in which one company thrived and a like company failed, and to identify why this happened. The authors describe traits of success that successful leaders have in common and describe company policies which assist in maintaining that success. The target audience really is for established leaders to improve their leadership skills. For new leaders who are looking for skills to start with, are a framework to lead them into success. Some of the principles that allow this to happen are the authors describing the principles of 10x CEOs. Let me take a moment to define what a 10x company is. A 10x company is a company that, despite economic downturn or a social happening, something happened during the time that this company was evolving where its counterpart failed, but this company went on to perform 10 times better than its industry index. So they became very successful no matter what was happening. An example of this is Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines was the only airline to turn a profit in the first quarter after 9/11. Why did that happen? Because the CEOs all possess some of the same traits: fanatic discipline, empirical creativity, and productive paranoia. The strengths of the book are it was easy to read and understand. It does have simple principles which define each of those traits that were outlined as making a 10x CEO successful. There were also some other things thrown in. There were analogies used in the book which helped the reader understand the concepts a little bit better. Also, each concept built on the previous concept. So by the time you get to the end of the book, you kind of have a well-rounded idea of what these 10x CEOs had in common. Also, there's a question and answer section at the back of the text. So anything you might not have understood, somebody's probably asked the question and it's in there. Shortcomings of the book. For me, the qualities that he described in some of the leaders were, the terms he used were very broad. Disciplined and creative. Kind of fit both ends of the spectrum. And really could describe anybody, so they didn't really work for me. Overuse of some analogies. While he did use them and it did help make some of the terms a little bit more understandable, he overused some of them. And the study itself was not clearly presented, and some of the data was outdated. For example, one of the companies that it used was Microsoft versus Apple. In 2002, Apple wasn't doing well, but by the time the book came out in 2011, Apple was at or above Microsoft's standing. The objectives overall were achieved. There are solid takeaways for the reader, and principles are easy to remember and incorporate into your everyday life. Recommendation is good reading for an individual or a group. At this time, I'd like to entertain any questions. And thank you for your time. Have a good evening.